So it's Super Bowl Sunday, which actually takes place on a Sunday, which sort of, some people are thinking it's sort of like a distraction or a trick. Like Greenland is actually full of ice, and Iceland is actually fairly green. So they sort of say, well, if Super Bowl Sunday is on a Tuesday, and we looked into it, and it's actually on Sunday, and it's today on Sunday. And so I've arrived in New Orleans, and it's not one of my favorite cities. Uh, it's they have the Jazz, and I'm a fan of Carl Stockton and Juan Malone. They're good people. They're solid people. They're solid conservatives, but a lot of the people in New Orleans don't like me, and I think the feeling is mutual. I remember when I was watching Hurricane Katrina, and I'm usually not a fan of women's sports, but I was sitting there rooting for Katrina, so you wouldn't, and they say I'm sexist. They say, sure, very sexist, very sexist. I said, well, did you ever see me root for Katrina? No, I was probably rooting a lot harder than you, so maybe you're the sexist. But we're Black Louisiana. I just call it Black Louisiana. It's easier than remembering the name of the city. But we're rooting for the Chiefs, but it's tough because the Chiefs were a lot nicer in the press conferences. But I don't like Taylor Swift. We don't like Taylor. She's a total nasty, overrated person, by the way. Not very talented. Not like when you hear my daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, who, by the way, before she met Eric, she actually wanted to sleep with me. And I remind him of that in my card I send them every year for their anniversary. But have you ever seen her sing? She should be bigger than Taylor Swift, but the music industry is almost as radical left as Hollywood. But these Swifties, she tried to motivate the Swifties, but she didn't realize that my fan base is even stronger than the Swifties. We're called the Clansies, and oh boy, they vote. A lot of the Swifties, people don't know this, are not old enough to vote. So it's sort of like waste. It's like a waste to have them as fans. Whereas my people, even the ones who are felons because I pardoned them, they can vote for me. So the Swifties can scream and squeal and get their stupid concert tickets, but they can't vote, most of them. So we're winning in terms of Clansies versus Swifties. And, the Chiefs, though, to their credit, have been respectable and very nice to me, whereas the Eagles, because they come from a disgraceful radical left city, have been less nice to me. So I'm rooting for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, whose wife is a white, which we like, but she's not one of these, sort of whites who sort of get down with the Black Lives Matter. She has maintained strong whiteness, okay? And so I will be rooting for Mahomes and Kelsey Clinton and the rest of the Carson City Chiefs to threesome. This is what it's called. Nobody's ever done a threesome in the Super Bowl before, and they're looking for a threesome, and I think they're going to get it. So threesome for the Carson City Chiefs. We always love Johnny Carson, and we hope this is a very nice tribute to him. He wasn't radical left. He wasn't like a total joke like Jimmy Kimmel and all these other really horrible people who we're looking to defund, by the way. So we will root for the Chiefs, and we will also be unveiling continue racism banners in both end zones. Thank you. Let's have a great bowl. Let's have a great bowl. It's one of the bowls. We've got a lot of bowls, but let's hope this is a good bowl tonight. Bye-bye.